Hey everyone, hey partners. Thanks for being here for this Copilot training. So lately I was thinking about this. When we get a Microsoft 365 Copilot license, we realize that it's a tool already ready to use. After a few hours, the grounding happens in all our data, right? And it becomes accessible in all our main applications like PowerPoint, Outlook, Teams, Word, I mean, name it, OneDrive, etc. But very few know that we can actually push it to the limit and customize it as we wish and create agents that will significantly improve our daily work. I definitely think that this is a turning point in the world of AI where we really get into automation and delegation much more to the tool while we focus on the more important tasks that we have on a daily basis. So as for today, the agenda as follow. We will start with an introduction to Copilot Agents and Copilot Studio so that everyone is on the same page. Next, we will discover what the real opportunities of such technology are for you. I mean, who to sell it to and who it can benefit. Then we will look into the capabilities of such a tool, how to create it, improve it, manage it. So what to do once it is set up, right? And after the theory, now it's time for practice. We will create an agent from scratch in a live demo. And finally, we will look at popular use case in well-known company to open your mind to potential use case or sales of this tool. And of course, for any questions, you can ask them in the chat at any time and I will answer them. Otherwise, there will also be a Q&A session at the very end of the presentation. Just before we start, I'm sharing with you our Copilot community. It's Copilot Champions community. For those who are not yet registered, I strongly encourage you to do so. It's a space for exchange between you and me, people from IT Cloud. There's Steve too, where we share all the new features and updates of Copilot. We also have Copilot Fridays. It's almost every Friday. I would say it's at least 2 to 3 Fridays per month, where we show you a new angle of Copilot with live demos. It's a great complement to training sessions like this one. So we had Copilot in OneNote, Copilot in Excel, how to enhance your communications with for example, Teams, Copilot in Teams. So yeah, it's nice to have other views of Copilot, and it's a short format, so you can just hop in and just check what we are doing and what we are showing. And actually, tomorrow there will be one Copilot Friday session where we have one of our partners, Alta Consulting. They will speak about how to maximize the benefits of CSP briefings. They have a lot of experience in it. They gave around, I think, 33 or 30 presentations, if I'm not mistaken, the last 2 quarters. So that's a good opportunity for you to understand how they do it, what's the formula, and how you can benefit from it, right? So I highly encourage you to register if it's not already the case. And I see that Majida just joined. Majida, could you please send the link for the tomorrow presentation of Alta in the chat, please? By a show of hands here, has anyone ever heard of Copilot Agents so far? Okay, some of you, I see one hand. So why do they exist and where do they come from? So it all started when with the fact that AI has had a huge growth within the organizations, and we realized as a specialist and seller that it's a technology that exists uh, everyone, right? We see a growing demand for AI from employees and clients. In fact, 70% of employees see themselves working for a company that has already any AI in its environment. Employees are increasingly willing to delegate their work and use AI for repetitive tasks, even for email generation. On the other hand, we see that nearly half of customers prefer self-service. So 37% of customers will try to use AI rather than to speak to an agent when they have questions. All of this combined means that organizations that have implemented AI in their systems have seen an 18% improvement in customer satisfaction and employee productivity. So that means that all these conditions are perfect for the emergence of Copilot agents. And this is actually an excellent opportunity for you to boost your sales. Now, you might say that AI agents or chatbots are not new. They've been around for years. And I would say that you're right, but it was much more complicated to set them up in the past, especially because of their cost, integration with the different tools already in use, and of course the high security risk involved. All of that was before Copilot agents. You'll see that it's super easy to set up, and as for security, it's already what you are using currently. It's based on Microsoft security. This question comes up often. What is an agent? My definition is they are smart assistants that use Gen AI and LLMs to help humans accomplish complex tasks. So the more difficult the task is, the more value an agent brings. Microsoft 365 Copilot is sort of already an agent. This tool transformed the way employees works. But what if you want to create a custom agent tailored to specific needs of your company or your clients? Well, a custom AI assistant that goes beyond employees and can also interact with your clients. Well, we will explore today how you can do so. So um, one thing to understand here is agents exist on a spectrum. Each organization is at a different stage of its AI transformation. Some are more advanced than the others. It's important for you to determine where your client stands in terms of their AI strategy. All agents have the same basis components, but their position on this spectrum depends on the use case and the complexity defined by their creators, meaning it will mostly be you. The term agent has been used for a for a long time in this industry, so we can differentiate them like this. So we have, first of all, the search agent. These are the agents that are designed with specific instruction on their behaviors, personality, and goals. So they follow rules and guidelines made by the creators. We also have task agent. It's connected to specific workflows or processes. They operate based on knowledge, skills, and rule-based automation. So their main role is to automate repetitive tasks. And finally, we have autonomous agent. These agents operate independently, plan dynamically, and learn from processes. So they can easily adapt to changes and make decisions without constant human intervention. Of course, there are several levels of complexity here, so it's up to you to determine where your client stands and at which level they can benefit the most. To summarize, agents are on a spectrum. These examples show different level of use case and their position on the spectrum. So, for example, at the simple stage, you could have an agent that answers or questions based on a database we provide to. So basically, we could have a database. We provide it to we put it into the agent knowledge, and then the agent could just answer any questions we have um, regarding that knowledge, that database. So if we go further on along that line and get closer to the advanced agent, we could have an agent that looks for a new prospect for us in the market, for example, and suggest them through emails or Teams chat. So this range from simple queries in a knowledge base to complex workflows involving multiple agents for services. It's important to note that here that you can have multiple agents that can be implemented in your environment, and each will have its own specification. So you could have multiple agents at once. Has anyone here already used Copilot Studio or at least visited the platform? Alex, okay. So for everyone here, Copilot Studio is a unique tool that provides a complete life cycle for the design, improvement, and management of agent from a single panel. So you'll see that this is really where everything will happen, and I'll show you in my demo right after. So Copilot Studio will create chat experiences never seen before for your clients or even for you, with automation and collaboration at the core. Here on the slide, the information that I considered extremely important is at the bottom right, where we see Microsoft's evolution in terms of its AI approach. We saw that in 2023, when Copilot was launched, it was mainly for research, summarizing, and generating content for you. Well, starting at the end of 2024 and beyond, the focus is more on automation. Um, so this is a real turning point, and as a seller, it's important to understand where Microsoft is going, so you can guide your clients towards the optimal solutions, and you can actually make more sales. With Copilot Studio, you'll see that you can create agents for all areas of the company. Each department will have specific needs that Copilot can address. For example, you can create conversational solutions for customer service, if you want to solve more issue per hour, sales, if you want to generate more leads and upsell opportunities, finance, if you want to speed up the process and reduce manual errors, marketing, improve the communication channels, HR, a better to simplify the onboarding of employee, and legal if you want to simplify contracts, for example. Before we go into details on design and how it works, I just want to let you know that today tens of thousands of companies are already using Copilot Studio, whether it's for an agent providing external support, agents for employees, or agents collaborating with partners. All of this is possible thanks to Copilot Studio. And these are well-known companies. So as you can see, everyone can benefit from agents. Let's see how Copilot Studio works as a platform. We will cover three main aspects. First, how you can design powerful and connected agents. Next, how you can enhance advanced capabilities. And finally, how to securely manage the different channels where you can make your agents available. Let's start with the first step of the agent lifecycle, designing your agent. It's quite simple. You can start with pre-made agents or simply create one with natural language. This means just writing to Copilot what type of agents you want, and it will act as such. Um, no need to be highly skilled in IT, and if you are, you can also create them using Power Automate or basically just code them. There are four essential blocks to create a custom agents. With Copilot Studio, you can adapt these blocks to your specific needs. First one, you have knowledge, the existence resource in your company that your agents can query, like files, public websites, database, etc. You have actions, the task and processes your agents can perform using your tool, data, and your services or applications. You have logic, it's the conversation path your agents will follow based on your inputs. And finally, we have channels. It's the platform where your users can interact with it. So basically, you could just have internal channels like Teams, or you could also have external ones like Facebook or your company's website. So what I'll do is I'll show you each component in more detail during the demo to see what is actually possible. The second part of the agent's life cycle is to improve is to improve it. So with advanced capabilities, with Copilot Studio, you can customize your agents with professional development tools. For example, example, by integrating Azure AI Studio and a variety of other Microsoft conversational services, you can analyze your agent's performance. So you will have access to built-in conversational analytics that automatically tracks KPIs. And also, you will have access to AI-powered features that will help you refine your agent over time by providing suggestions to optimize your conversation. So basically, Copilot will help you improve the agents you just created by just giving you a conversation about what you can improve. Copilot Studio is a SaaS platform, so Microsoft handles all the infrastructure management, model training, security, etc. But if you want to go further and have full custom control over your agent, you can easily do so by integrating with Azure AI. Azure offers a wide range of capabilities so you can use with Copilot Studio, such as the ability to bring your own custom language model, connect more knowledge base, have granular control over deployment process. You can also add image generations with DALI, customize your analytics, and much more. So if you want, you could just use Copilot Studio, but you can go even beyond with Azure AI. Here is the conversational analytics dashboard that is integrated with Copilot Studio. It will provide a simple and clear view of your agent performance. So you'll be able to see which topics have the greatest impact on escalation and resolution rates, for example. Um, you will also have access to the most common questions asked to your agents by users. You will get detailed data and customer satisfaction, session transcripts, content information, and much more. Also, the most important thing, you'll get an insight about the cases where your agents failed to provide an answer. And finally, one of the most common questions I receive concerns security. So Copilot Studio is a global security SaaS platform, and it is fully compliant with standards. So most importantly, it is built on Microsoft Responsible AI platform, which protects your users and systems from risks, offers, content control, and it is literally improved every day. So with Copilot Studio, you can benefit from a global SaaS platform, ensure that your agents is compliant, protect your data, and use AI responsibly. Copilot Studio is available worldwide across 22 data center. 10 of them are dedicated to Gen AI through the Azure Open AI service, which continues to expand. At the moment, it supports 23 languages, both for creating your solutions and for responding to users. We were talking about responsible AI. Here's a quick recap for those who aren't aware of what it is. And so basically, there are six fundamental principles that should guide all works around AI. First of all, the fairness, how AI gives opportunities, resource, or information fairly to the humans who use it. We have reliability, security, privacy, and data protection. Also, inclusiveness, how the system should be designed to include people for of all abilities. And finally, we have the transparency. Um, so that being said, let's move on to the practice and launch the live demo. So I'll be sharing my screen in a couple of seconds. So you should be able to see my screen now. All right. So first of all, I wanted to start by just going here on the Copilot. So Bing chat here, everyone here should know what it is. So as you can see here, I have other agents. You should have Visual Creator too, but I have here Idea Coach. So basically, you can get access to agents that has been created in a couple of seconds. You can add them to your environment. If you want to add any agents like this one, so this one helps you brainstorm basically. So if you want to add any other agents, you could just go to your Teams application, click on apps here, and if you see here, you have Copilot agents. So here's all the store of all the agents that has been created and available. You could all add them to your Teams application. So for example, if you click on that one, you'll get a video, some screenshot of it, some overview, a full description, um, also get some reviews, all the permission that will have. Um, so basically, if you want to install it, you could just add it to your team, and you'll see that it will appear here in your chats. So for example, this one is for it's for check-ins, it's for one-on-ones and etc. So you could just set it up. Now in the presentation, I was talking about if you want to create a chatbot for your team, for your employees, you could just push it into the Teams app. So this one is one of the agent bot I created for my French session. So basically, here you this as you can see you this is what you will be able to access, and then you could just ask questions. For example, if it was an HR bot, you could just ask him when is the next pay scheduled, what day it will be, etc., and this will just give you all the answers. If we go back here and go to Copilot Studio, so to access Copilot Studio, it's copilotstudio.microsoft.com. Um, and as you can see here, you can basically start creating an agent by just using natural language. So here you can just type in what you want, just describe your agent, and Copilot will help you create it. You also have some templates that are already pre-made. But for now, what I wanted to create is, let's say that we are a sales company named Contoso, and we want to just create, we have a lot of returns when we, with our customers. And I just asked Copilot to create a policy here about all the returns in order to just reply fast to our customers. And Copilot created me that policy, and as you can see, there's an FAQ. So for example, here, can I return an item purchased with Air Miles? This is really important because I'll be showing an example about Air Miles. So here, yes, it says that items purchased using Air Miles can be returned, and the refund will be for the Air Miles portion. So basically, if you purchased in Air Miles, you'll get a refund in Air Miles. So that's a file I just created with using Copilot. Um, so I will try to create an agent that will use that file to answer all my customers' questions. So let's start by creating the agent. So you click here on create. So as I said, you could just try and use any templates here, but I will start from scratch. So I'll click on new agent here, and then you will have languages. So it is in English, but if you want your agent to speak any other language, you can. Basically, it's more for the home message. The welcome message, it will be in English. If a customer is typing in, I don't know, in French, in Spanish, the agent will switch to that said language. But for the welcome message, it will always be in English. So here you could just give any name. Let's say return agent, because I created one. one already. So let's say one return agent, you could just add an icon here. You can basically just personalize it. Here, description, it's really important to, since we're creating an agent using natural language, it's important for you to add the description, because this will because this is how the agents will know how to operate, right? So it's very important to put a full description. I'll show you what the description I'll put. So I said you're an agent that assists with requests from customers to return items purchased at our store or on our website. You are part of the customer service team, and you have a friendly and helpful tone. You will analyze the company return policy to provide accurate advice to return items wherever possible, while also protecting the financial position of the company by not allowing returns outside the policy. So as you can see, um, we have a full description of how we want the agents to operate. Next, we have instruction, but we'll get back to that later on the demo. And finally, we want to give some knowledge to our agent. So as I said, you could either uh, select public websites for any knowledge. You could have SharePoint. You could also put some SQL. Any other database you can. So the ones that I wanted to put is a Word doc. So at the moment we aren't able to do that, so we have to create the agent first, and then I'll be able to add the Word document. So let's click on create. It should take a couple of seconds. Yeah, and couple of seconds. Here I can see that my agent is already running. Here you can test your agent. Um, he said, yeah, because I changed the name, but he's an agent that will provide, that will answer my any questions regarding the returns. So if I want to add any knowledge, I just go back here and add knowledge. And as you can see, now I can just upload any files I want. I'll select that one. And here it's also important to change the description, because this is how the agent will understand which, let's say, for example, you have multiple files. This agent will understand which files he needs to go check for any specific questions. So I'll just add this description. So basically, I said this knowledge source outlines the return policy based on different payment methods. So if there's any questions regarding payment methods, he will go check that file. So um, depending on the file size, it will take up to couple of minutes. So since last time I checked, it took me 10 to like 15 minutes, and I don't want to waste your time. So I'll just uh, delete that one. I just go to my other agents where the file is already ready. So basically here we are at the same stage. The only changes is that the file is ready, the status file is ready. So so here, now that we have that, we can just try and test it with just asking him, can I return an item purchased with Air Miles? And he should be able to answer that question. And also you'll get the activity map here. You'll see that where he's going to find the instruction. So basically this, like I said, runs on Power Automate. So if you are already using Power Automate or understand the flows, this will be super, super easy for you. And he got an answer. He said item purchased using Air Miles can be returned. the refund for MR's portions. So basically, we got the right answer. So that's great. But what I want is, I also have some customers that just write emails. So write returns requests through emails. So I need him to understand, to pick those emails, and to send an email back with the correct answer to my customers. So I'll add an action. I want him to send emails. So here you have multiple actions that you could just do. For example, if you want him to make changes on an Excel file, you will have some connectors here. You can create some flows. You could add some plugins, but I want him to send emails. So send an email. You could just type in send an email here, and you'll see you have to click enter. Um, that portion is really important. So send an email here, and just wait a sec. So here you're gonna use you put that to Copilot author authentication. And basically depends, if you have multiple actions, you need to make sure that everything is crystal clear for that agent, in order to not make any errors. So I'll advise you to just put it the proper way. And also here, it's really important for you to add descriptions. So this description I'll put here is: this operation sends an email message to customers to tell them whether they can return their item based on the return policy. Also, you will have the option here to ask the any user before running this action. So if you want, when you're testing your Copilot agent, to just verify that everything is well aligned, and he's not making any errors, and he's not sending weird messages, weird emails, you could just tick that option. But if you want to automate everything, I suggest you to not click that option. So here you click on next. Basically, you could just let everything like this, and don't make any changes. But if you want to, I'll just show you how. So basically, you click on edit here, and basically, since he is sending an email, you could decide that every email he's sending will have this subject, for example. So if you change the dynamically file with the best options, so depending on what the customer um, asked with his email, you could just set as a value. And for now, every email that will be sent will have this as a subject, a return request. So that's good. Let's save it. And you don't have to do anything for the output. Next here, perfect. So, this is, with this being done, I want to add some instructions here to my agent. We already put it some description, but because I'm asking him to do an action, I need to put some instructions here. So you will be it's better to give the most details possible. So here I'm gonna ask him, the instructions are that you are a customer service agent tasked with management return request from customers. I want him to parse the body. I want him to send an email to verify if he can get the to search here internally on the knowledge based for any return policy information based, and also to write an email and being just friendly greeting, provide brief explanation, and also to suggest that the customer to call the or customer service if he needs further assistance, and also to close the email with a friendly sign off. So that's what I want him to do. This is really important for you if you want to get good a good email. So that's really important. And lastly, in order for him to send an email, he needs a trigger, right? So we are going to add that here. So you just can click in a trigger. So basically, you could choose what's the trigger. It could be when someone sent a message in a Teams channel. So maybe you have some people answering phone calls, and they could just trigger the send a word in a Teams channel, and this will trigger the email. Or what we want is when a new email arrives. This is what we actually want. So so here you choose the trigger. So basically, what I want is when an email arrived to my demo tester. So that's my email. But think of any other companies. They usually they have custom emails, like for example, returns at toso.com. So that's what you can also do. So I'll just put that one just for the example, and also here when in the subject someone adds the word return here. So if someone sends an email to that address with the subject with return in subject, this will trigger the action of sending an email. So basically that's it. Let's create that trigger, and we will test it afterwards. So this could take some seconds. Perfect. Now that it has been done, you can either track it on Power Automate here. As you can see, you'll get flows. If you are able, if you know a lot of Power Automate stuff, you could just go here and customize everything as you wish. But and also here you can see all the runs history. But if you want, you can just create your agents just through natural language. So it's time to test the trigger. So in order to do that, you have to click here. And now he's looking for any email that will come to that demo tester email with the subject with the word request with the word return in the subject. So we'll ask a question here. Um, so let's ask him, hi, can I return an item purchased with air miles? Thanks. So let's send that email, and let's see if it triggers the action of sending an email. So this could take up to 3 to 5 minutes. It really depends. So what I used to do is to always click on refresh. But in the meantime, and here too you can click on refresh. But in the meantime, I just want to show you something that is very cool. While creating an agent, you could also create a voice agent. So basically, if you have people on the phone, you can actually create an agent that will be able to speak to your customers on the phone. So you you could have a 24/7. Basically, you could be available 24/7. So that's really cool, and I thought that it will be interesting for you. So now we have to wait a little bit. Shouldn't take long. I did the same demo this morning in French, and it took like 3 minutes. This took this is taking more time than I expected. But basically, this will trigger the action of sending an email with the correct answer. At least this is what it is supposed to do, right? Um, I sent it 40. It's 2 minutes now. In the meantime, I'll see if there's any questions in the chat. Do you know if Copilot agent can be integrated with any non-ticketing system similar to a chatbot? Yeah, actually you can. You'll see a lot of. I'll show you some use cases after. When I get back to the presentation, and you'll see that you can actually do that. I can see that there's a questions around the knowledge source. Can you not link directly to a live MS Office? Yeah, you can also do that. Exactly, yeah. Yep, you can have multiple knowledge sources. That's why I said it's important for you to put proper descriptions for the agents to understand where to search the information, or at least how to get the information faster. Uh, yeah, can you publish to Microsoft or purchase by other customers? Yeah, you can actually afterwards you can publish your agent either internally. So I'll show you all the different channels you afterwards. Let me just um, continue here my demo. So perfect. It triggered here. So as you can see, we got an email. It took 3 minutes to arrive. Then you click on start testing. And as you can see, here's my here's the answer. Here's the answers of the agent. So any item purchased, will be used, and I should be receiving. Yeah. So as you can see, I received an email for my questions. Hi, yes, item purchased using air miles can be returned, the refund, etc. And also he suggests to call our customer service for any for any further assistance. And he finished with a nice tone, best regards, etc. So I just need to figure out how to properly display the message. So for example, with spaces and everything, that's the only part I'm missing right now. So it's pretty new, but this is the kind of stuff that you'll see. You'll be able to basically answer multiple emails at once with that agent. And you could have an agent specificated, like a specific agent to incoming emails. You could have one for incoming calls. You could have one for a chatbot. So you could have multiple chatbots. And after that, if you want to publish your agent, so as you can see with your Microsoft 365 Copilot license, you could just create agents like this, and you can publish it in your tenant, so in your Microsoft Teams or your telephony, and this is free. But for every other items here where you see diamonds, this is actually you have to pay the Copilot Studio license. So it's 271, around 271. You can purchase it through our portal, and you'll be able to share your agents for the external users. So, for example, if you want to publish it in a website, then you will have to so as you can see here, I'm not even using a Copilot Studio license. So this is in my tenant, I only have Copilot license, the normal one, the M365 Copilot license. In order to do that, you'll need a Copilot Studio license, and you just click on publish here. Can people who don't have a Copilot subscription access your published agents? Yeah, for sure, for sure. So if you put it in your website, you don't expect every guest to have a Copilot license, so it will be they will be able to use it. If I go back to my presentation now, and you'll see, I'll show you some of good use cases, um, and this will give you some ideas. So here are some of examples of real clients who discover real business value through Copilot Studio in different sectors and departments. And as you can see, the solution is suitable for each of your clients. I'm sure that reading some of these points here, and after seeing the demo, you might have thought of some scenarios where your clients could benefit from it. There's definitely an agent for every situation, whether your client is in healthcare, education, or transportation. An agent can be created to improve their processes and customer service. Um, is- I see a new question. Can you publish an agent internally in your tenant using just Copilot, not Copilot agent subscription for use by staff who don't have Copilot? Yeah. So you can create. So for creating agents, you need a Copilot license. Um, but all the users doesn't have to have that Copilot license in order to use it. And basically, it's 271, okay, per month. But as you can see, it can do the work of a real person. So um, I mean, it's pretty cheap. So you don't have to have a customer service department anymore. You could just create 5, 10 agents that will do all the work, and it's cheaper than just having like employees. Do you have an agent of an do you have an example of an agent at work on an externally facing website? Yeah, I'll show you just in a moment. Um, Microsoft has been able to expand its own customer support service to different projects through Copilot Studio. There are almost 600 Copilots offered in 42 languages, which records an average of 2 million sessions per month. So basically, Microsoft also have another example where Microsoft created a Copilot agent that act as a technician for its own employees, and we can see that there's an increase in satisfaction and self-service. For any example in real life, so Cineplex, that's a large company that we all know here in Quebec, implemented a customer service agents to manage refund requests from customers. It handled 5,000 requests in just 5 months. Another example is Rabobank, they basically implemented conversational banking service to improve its customer experience. It managed 60 to 80,000 calls per month, totaling 12 million conversations per year. This means that 50% of customers who contacted Rabobank were handled via Copilot. Another example here is Virgin Money. They use Copilot to operate its virtual assistants to improve the customer experience through self-service and live chat. So, so you will be able to train and build directly Copilot, your chatbot in Copilot Studio. Your agent is connected to core systems and use natural languages to understand and confirm any customer's intentions. So if the customer asks questions in their own words and the your agents will either execute a pre-built dialogue flow to complete the service actions in real time, or I don't know, search in a dynamic 365 knowledge base, or it will just pass the conversation to a real human. So that's a real example in uh, of a Copilot agent in real life. What is the pricing model for the servicing end customers? It is per use for each time customer connects and use the agent. So basically, it's per month. So it's a subscription per month, and it's 271. Let me just double check that for you. And basically, you will get access to 25,000 messages. So when you ask something to your Copilot agents and he gives you an answer, that's two messages. So you will get access to 25,000, and you have to think that when you go over that, you will be billed per as a pay as you go system. So if you have that Copilot Studio license, it will be a tenant license, so you don't need to buy a 10 Copilot Studio license. You just need one. And then if you exceed the amount of messages, which is 25,000, you'll be billed as a pay as you go. Um, Before we go into the Q&A session, I'll just share the registration form for our Copilot Champions community. As I said this Friday, so tomorrow we'll have a Copilot Friday where a partner will show you how to maximize your gains with CSP briefing. It's definitely a session you don't want to miss. If you want to optimize your Copilot practice, so of course I encourage you um, to to definitely register. And if you want to register, you can either go to itcloud.ca and in the event section, you'll find the registration link, or just, you know what, I'm just gonna put it in the chat. But I think Majda already put it in the this in the beginning. But I have it here, the link. Yeah. So here's the link for the event. If you want to join our Champions Copilot community, just click the link on the slide. Um, has anyone sold any Copilot license here? Just by a raise of hands, or maybe a something in the chat. Has anyone sold any Copilot license? No, not yet. All right. So um, even if it's not yet, and even if you just tested it, or I don't know, you have it in your environment through a free trial or anything, um, just letting you know that we have a community contest at the moment. So you could win up to $100 if you just participate. Just share a story where you think Copilot might help you. Just, I don't know, maybe it's for generating new emails. I don't know, just through for PowerPoints, for Teams, etc. Just fill out the form. And just to be quite honest with you, at the moment we have, I think, two participants. So if you want to get any money, just try your luck and just fill out the form. It takes less than 2 minutes. So before ending the workshop, is there any other questions that wasn't addressed so far? I see that Emily is asking if she can just purchase a Copilot Studio license without buying a Copilot license. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, if you don't need all the other features Copilot can bring you, such as Copilot in Teams, generating content, etc. Well, yeah, you can just go for Copilot Studio. Is there partner pricing for any of it? Well, you can just find all that in our portal, in our IT Cloud portal. But for any other questions, I suggest you to ask your partner representative, just your channel manager. So just ask him, and any other questions, he will shout at me, and we will go from there. Is there any other questions? So the presentation and the recording will be available on YouTube shortly. I think it will be available next week probably. So I will post in our Copilot Champions community when it is available. All right. Thanks everyone. Thank you all for your time today, and I wish you all a wonderful end of the week.